Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, this is the SKYNETIC Neptune. I have removed the stock ESC, the stock motor, and I put in a 4-cell setup from a crashed Arrows Marlin. Run on a 4S now. I've added a afterburner ring, LEDs on the front, and got an AR-410 antennaless receiver in there. I've actually got the ESC underneath here where it gets extra cooling, and that's why I have to hand launch it this way. But it's got no kind of stabilization. It's just pure go. But it goes through a battery. Last time I flew it, I burned my lipo up because I wasn't paying attention. I had the timer set for 4 minutes, and after 3 minutes and 15 seconds, that lipo was I brought the lipo back, but it basically killed it at the field. So, all right, here we go. Yeah, it's interesting to launch. Let me get a feel for it now. Yeah. Bring her in for a landing. I want to practice that launch again.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Those LED strips are just some simple $14 strips that just plug into an empty port on your receiver, and they have a controller. I've got them programmed on my bind button to where I can change different flying or light patterns with the bind button. But I just prefer it to be on all the time. All right, now I've also got easy lights I forgot to bring. I was going to add that to them too. They run on their own power source, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, take it back here, back on here. All right, like to land, hold on to the nacelle. Make sure you're on that stick quick. I think what I'm doing wrong is I'm giving it too much throttle. And it's wanting to, because of that motor being on top. Because of that motor being on top, it's pushing it down. I don't think I need as much throttle. But we shall see. Yeah, that's better. It's kind of, that felt better. Yeah, on that 4S power system, she'll scream. Now, if I can find that ring, I got that off Amazon also, and all I did was just hot glue it on the back, and it's plugged directly into it's wide into the throttle, and that way it changes. Like watch it as it go by. Watch the ring. All right, it's blue. Now it's orange. Then it's red. Then it's bright red when it's full speed.
Time remaining 1 minute.
And then it goes back to blue when you're just idling, which I kind of like that. Right now I'm just gliding. Let my electronics, my battery cool off. Back into a little bit of power. Now the SKYNETIC Neptune, take away the lights, okay, take away the 4S power system, but it still fly, the way it comes stock, this is how fast it would fly stock on a 3S battery. About like this, okay, with the stock system. So it's actually very beginner friendly. I think you can do a few mild aerobatics.
30 seconds.
But like I said, I had the power system out of a MARLIN, much bigger ESC, so I didn't have room inside the canopy for the ESC, so I got that mounted in the finger holds underneath. Don't have yaw control. All right.
Motor secured.
All right, still got 30 seconds. Let me check the battery, and I'll show you how you could actually, if you want to, just take off on the ground. It's got enough power. Even in the 3S system, I was able to take off on the grass without having to hand launch it. So you can do that too. Just, you know, be mindful of how much debris you're going to get up in the intake. Luckily, the way the motor is, that shouldn't be a problem. Check the battery and see if I have enough for one more get up and go. No, I've only got 20%, so I'm not going to run a risk. But we'll fly it again in a few minutes, and I'll show you how you can just simply put it on the ground and take off. Just make sure you point into the wind. Well, folks, simple 100% throws, 30% expo on elevator and aileron. That's all there is to it. Timer set for 2.5 minutes, and that's a 1350 Superior 4S in there, little shorty. There's only one place to put it. So no point showing you the battery placement because you don't have it. You can't. There's no variation. But it's the same with the stock setup. A 3S 13 to 1500 in there. There's only one place you can put it, and everything goes inside the hatch here. It's magnetic. So just a great little plane. I'll put links if I can find a link. The burner, I'll put that, or the ring burner, I'll put in the description of the video. The lights, I know where I can find that because I bought them recently. And all I'm doing is just hot glued them in and ran them through the fuselage and put some white duct tape to hide my wires. So other than that, it's just something fun. I mean, you can still buy the SKYNETIC too, today, and it's still for sale at Motion RC. Great flying plane, just something different. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all. And Gabriel, thank you for filming for me. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and then flying wings. Bye-bye. Hey, folks. All right, this will be the second flight of the SKYNETIC. I'm going to demonstrate if hand launching is intimidating to you. This thing has more than enough power, even with the stock 3S system. I've done it many times. I just put the 4S because I wanted to. But I'm going to show you this thing has more than enough power to take off on its belly. And you just have to trust me that it would do it just fine on the 3S system. Because it would. I've done it many, many times. I mean, I am an affiliate with Motion RC, but they don't have their affiliate program anymore. So me trying to push this plane on you and say, oh yeah, it does it. I don't make anything off of it. Okay. See? Just make sure you're into the wind. All right, do the same thing with wet, nasty grass. And trust me when I tell you, on the 3S stock system, it has more than enough power to do it. I'm just going to full up elevator and I'm gunning it. See? So if hand launching bothers you, just understand, you might mar up the belly, but
Time remaining 2 minutes.
it does have protection. Run a 1350 Superior 4S in there. And that's got the Arrows Marlin EDF power system in it. There'll be a description in the video. In the video, with links to the lights that I've just hot glued on. Just a simple hot glue gun and glued them on. That's all I did. And there's simple instructions on how to hook them up. AR-410 Spectrum antennaless non-gyroed receiver. This is just such a blast to fly. And with any wing, they fly just as well inverted as they do right side up. Very non-intimidating plane, fun to fly, economic. I want to say it's $159, something like that. And considering it started out at $139 when it was first released, with all the price increases and everything, that ain't too bad really. Not for what you get. But these lights, the ring I think was $13, and the strip of lights were another $14. And then just a little bit of time, effort, and you got to poke some holes in your plane and get some white duct tape to cover up your wires. As long as you're okay with that, you got yourself a nice little light show. Now I'm going to bring that plane by. I want you to look at the afterburners or the ring burners I go by. At almost idle speed, it's blue, and then it changes colors as I give gas. Blue now, orange, more red, and then bright red when are almost orange at full throttle. Nice little visual cue as to your speed and everything. You don't have to fly crazy all the time with this sort of thing. Remember, you don't have yaw correction, so.
Seconds.
Now that nacelle does cause a little bit of drag. So when I'm coming down, I do have to hold in just a touch of up elevator, but I like that actually. Sorry.
Okay.
But I like having to hold just a touch of elevator. That keeps, I actually don't like a plane that flies completely hands off. I like to have to hold something in, you know, just to kind of maintain. All right.
Motor secured.
Now, after all that flying, 16 seconds left. Check our battery, and I'll show you battery placement. Real quick, I'm going to show you elevon B control. Okay, elevon B, 100% throws, 30% expo on elevator and aileron. That's all it is. Elevon B. Okay. Let's check our battery. Show you my placement. Now, because the way I've modded it, I've had to I hollowed this area here out, and put the ESC underneath there where the finger holds are. And because there's just not enough room with that larger ESC for 4S. But when you get your 3S powered one, the ESC sits on one side, your receiver sits on the other, and your battery's right there in the middle. All this extra wire cluster and everything are all these lights. So let's check our battery. Now, no, I don't have a video on how I did that. I just sat down one evening, I looked at it and took a razor blade and went for it. 18%. So 2.5 minutes on a 4S. 1350 is more than enough. Even if I put a 1500 in here, I'm not going to go more than 2.5 minutes. The other day I put a 1500 4S in here and had my timer set for 3.5 minutes, and I cooked it. It came back at 4%, and actually it was below than three cells, under 3.0 per cell when I first brought it back, but it sprung back. But that's a 1350 Lipo 4S, great little battery. And this is the SKYNETIC Neptune, upgraded to 4S, but I'm telling you folks, she's an absolute blast to fly and just as much fun on 3S, just not quite as fast. But highly recommend it. God bless y'all. God is good. Gabriel, thank you for flying or filming for me. And this is the SKYNETIC Neptune. We'll catch y'all later, and God is good. Bye-bye.